Now the terminology of polynomials. Here are some terminologies used in polynomial chapter. First of all, we can see that the general form of polynomial is p of x is equal to a x power n, where a is coefficient which is always a real number, x is variable and n is a power which is always a whole number. So first terminology is term of a polynomial. A part of polynomial separated by a plus or negative sign is called term of polynomial, whose general form is a x power n, and we have described that in this a is coefficient, x is variable and n is the power. So for example, polynomial 3x square plus 2x is given. Here there are two terms, 3x square and 2x. In 3x square, 3 is coefficient, x is variable and 2 is power. Here in 2x, 2 is coefficient, x is variable and 1 is power of x. The other one is coefficient. What is coefficient? The numerical factor of a term multiplied by variable is called coefficient. For example, in the general form, here a is multiplied with the variable. So a is our coefficient and it is always multiplied with the variable. For example, in 5x, the 5 is coefficient and the variable is the letter representing an unknown value. For example, it may be x, y, z, p, q, t, any variable whose value is unknown. For example, in 5x, x is variable because its value is unknown. Next we have exponent, which can also be said that power. The power of to which a variable of term is raised is called its exponent. Like in this polynomial, the power is n and it is always a whole positive number. For example, in x cube, 3 is the exponent of term because this x is raised to power 3. The final terminology is degree of polynomial. The highest power of variable in a polynomial is called degree of polynomial. For example, we have this polynomial. Here there are two terms, 3x square and 2x. Here in first term the power of x is 2 and in second term the power of x is 1. So 2 is greater than 1 and the highest power in among these two terms is 2. So degree of this polynomial will be 2. Let's have two other examples. In this example, variable is x and the power of variable is 7, 6, 1 and here x power is equal to 0. So highest power is 7. So degree of this polynomial is 7. On the other hand, here the variable is y. So power is y power 6 and y power 2 and y power 0. Here constant terms, so its power is 0. Highest power is 6. So degree of this polynomial is 6.